check. Can you get a check from you?
Can you? Good. Check.
Perfect. Let's see if that posted to.
Let me plug this in. Get it ready. Where we at?
All right, cool.
All right, let me end this real quick.
I'm gonna have them start, and you just get it situated when you get situated. No big deal.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll be there. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the swamp. It's an SEC matchup. The Florida Gators 6-2 welcome the number 4 ranked Texas Longhorns. 7-1 is their record. A heartbreaking loss. Both teams have gotten heartbreaking losses to the University of Georgia. They come here to settle their differences as Texas gets a good taste of SEC play on the road. Joining me in the booth today is none other than Hoff. He's getting some stuff set up, so he may be in or out. Are you there, Mr. Hoff? All right, getting stuff situated, no big deal. All right, it'll just be me for a little bit, and here we go. Number 4, Texas, and number 11, Florida. And we are off. And it'll be a fair catch here for the Florida Gators. So coming out on offense, Willie, the Florida Gators offense, ranked 11th in the nation. DJ Lagway, heavily featured here. 2,600 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a insane 14 rushing touchdowns. So here comes Lagway out for his first drive. In the pistol, hands this ball off to Johnson. And a big cut there. That'll be good for about 9 3/4. That's for the Harry Potter fans. So 2nd and inches here for DJ and company. This is an offense that, again, as we saw, heavily features none other than DJ Lagway. Aiden Mitchell, though, a freshman wide receiver, redshirt freshman. As we go to Johnson again, he will get the first down. He's the big play guy here. 862, averaging over 20 yards in the air on his catches, 11 touchdowns for the redshirt freshman. So don't want that commentary being too loud. Willie can't even mute the other commentators when we do this. All right, third play, third handoff out of the pistol. Maybe missed a cut there. Cutslake gets 2. As Montrell Johnson, as you can see there, the stats, 97 carry, 91 acceleration. Maybe not the shiftiest, maybe not the fastest, but that 97 carry is reliable. It will be reliable today when they're taking on this defensive front. I mean, Heisman leading Trey Moore, 19 tackles for a loss, 14 sacks. One of the few Heisman, not few, but one of the few guys that on defense might, and that might be him right there. Does he get one? Is that Trey Moore? It is Trey Moore. Give him 15 sacks on the season right there as he takes down Lagway. That's the guy. I mean, right there. Heisman caliber football player. So it'll be a big 3rd and 14 here. Fortunately for Florida, it's quiet. We're in the swamp. They know what to do. I don't have those set up right now, Gruff, you're going to have to bear with me. All right, in the gun. Play clock down. He's going to use the deep play, but he's going to hit his man underneath, and it will be tackled 1 yard short, but 1 yard to the good of the league's 4th down rule. So last week, DJ, big game, 4 touchdowns on 19 completions, 200 yards. I got my man in the booth now.
What's up?
Hoff's in the booth. You didn't miss much. All right, but we do have
I
a
came in just in time. 4th and 1, though.
4th and 1. Who doesn't love a good 4th and 1 here? The line gets
Right.
pinched. The running back is tired. Fumble awareness here. He's got a crosser. Oh, this ball's picked.
6.
Oh, man. Holmes. And Texas strikes first on defense.
Oh, wow. Showed up just in time. That was biggie no matter what happened, but that's about as big as it could have been.
Oh, a 44-yard. I talked to LSU's user last week who just got done playing Texas. He said it felt like if Texas wanted to, he could put the controller down on defense. Now, good play there across the drive from a user. Took some of the deep routes away, but two big CPU plays there. Looks like a safety comes up, makes the pick on there. Gavin Holmes. I don't know if he's a safety or not. And then the big sack by, I talked about him before, Trey Moore, his 15th sack on the season, Heisman frontrunner. That would make it between Moore, Bledsoe, and I think his name's Sobel. 29 sacks on the season between 3 players on this Texans D-line.
Is that all the platinum quick jump you heard so much about in the preseason?
All of them except for the ones coming in next season, if you've seen this Texas recruiting class. They have one on the way, 5-star with platinum quick jump there. But I will say this, Johnson has come out and put some yards up here early. 4 rushes, just shy of 20 yards. It's what, 5 yards a carry? Not something I definitely thought what I would expect from early game is having big rushing attack, but we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be tough here. DJ playing from behind here, the freshman. Here's the find to the tight end.
Just find the tight end. Move the chains. If get yourself in another third and short, 4th and short, and just make a better play next time. He was driving, so I wouldn't be too discouraged. I'd be down, but I wouldn't be discouraged.
Right. We mentioned Aiden Meisel, the top wide receiver on this team. 11 touchdowns, 800 yards. More of a deep play kind of guy, and he might be going for him here. Nope. The check down with the pressure breaks a tackle though, and it will be a first down after he finds his big tight end Zipperer for 11 yards. So I want to talk really quickly about the gauntlet that Florida has got, right? Last week they lost to Georgia 3 points. This week Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and FSU.
That's pretty big down the stretch because Florida State only got 1 loss. LSU has what? Are they sitting at 1 loss or 2?
Trey Moore gets his second. Actually, it's a half sack for the first one. Here's the sack on this one. So Trey Moore running the stats up. So you said, what is the second loss? I think he has 2.
Yeah.
Florida had the walk-off loss on the walk-off punt return by Oklahoma early in, I think, week 2 it was. And then, of course, a 3-point loss to Georgia. Oh, wow. All right, 2nd and 13 is going to go off the run. Gets a lane and a manageable 3rd and 9, but so was the 4th and 1 last time. So
yeah, the 4th and 1's a lot easier. Now he finds himself right at similar position in the field, just a little worse situation down in distance. But he hadn't really been too turnover prone this year, so I think he can shake that one off, and let's see if he can make a play here.
Yeah, just his 12th interception. There's some guys up there. I was looking through the stats. There's some guys in the 30s, almost the 40s in interceptions. So
are they all users?
Yeah. In fact, one of them, FSU, has thrown 25 picks on the year. He's going to have a curl in the middle of the field, finds it. Howie hangs on through the contact, but the freshman, for what it's worth, a pass does not hit the ground for the Florida Gators today. Now, one of them did result in 7 for the Texas Longhorns. Screws in the chat. Watching SEC ball, scouting out who he might see in this college football playoffs. As Ohio State sits there 8-0 on the season. Lagway drops back for another pass, has a crosser or 2. He doesn't see it. We've got another sack.
Third sack of the day. It's, eventually you'll start seeing ghosts, but Texas just really having a rush, 4 guys, bringing an occasional 5th here and there. But there's just constant pressure with blanket coverage on the back end. It's tough.
Absolutely. It's going to have to utilize the screens and the motion swings, and I'm curious to see what is unique about this Florida offense that's got them to 6-2. Here's a little crosser underneath. This is Meisel. We talked about him earlier. More of a deep threat guy, but he takes the underneath ball, and he's going to get the first down. So good drive just outside the red zone for Florida. 11th ranked team in the nation.
For sure, and it seems like they're really, when you got the defensive line bearing down on you, hitting those underneath routes, check downs to your tight end, to your running back, like you said, screens, RPOs, we'll see.
Little zero blitz here. Johnson able to make a move past the first line of defense. He gets hit by the safety. Little 6-yard gain. So, yeah, I think if Florida comes out, if they somehow win this game and they beat LSU and Ole Miss, I mean, I don't see how Florida, A, isn't in the SEC championship game, but B, probably a lock for the college football playoffs. I know that's tough to say as he's facing literally 5 top 10 ranked teams.
Yeah, I think if Texas wins this game,
Here's the bubble, finds it. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, there's the first down. I was going to say, if Texas wins this game, I think they got the SEC on lock. If Florida wins this, then I think that brings LSU right back into the mix, and just a tough schedule down the stretch, like you said. So
right, and it's important to remember, right, like unlike the NFL that we're so used to in top, oh, here's the crosser, here's this man, down to the 1, 2nd and inches.
Is it just going to be top 2, or are they divided? Is it just going to be 1-2 playing in the championship game?
It is 1-2. It is 1-2 that plays in the conference championship game. So
nice.
Based on conference records, so we see it right there. Texas 4-1, and then 3 teams with 2 losses: Florida, UGA, and LSU. So LSU has a win versus Georgia. Georgia has a win versus Florida. So yeah, all of these things matter. I don't know if it's necessarily a tiebreaker on head-to-head and the way that those things go. Here we got the speed option. Lagway's gonna pitch his ball behind him. No way!
My God, not
and
again.
Trey Moore.
Not again. He was so close.
The Heisman front runner is got nothing but green grass. Can Meisel catch him? I don't think he will. He will at the last. Oh, he stays up.
It gave us hope.
And Trey Moore. 1.5 sacks and a 99-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, and it is 14-0.
On national top college football television, I think he's making his Heisman game right here. Everybody's got a Heisman game. This is his right here.
I mean, they say one person can't influence a game, right? But if Trey Moore has found a way to help this team put up 14 points.
14 points on defense.
Ewers has not touched the field.
Yeah, it's not Travis Hunter playing both ways. It's defense only.
All right.
Play D-line.
And Lagway is in ice-cold composure. He's got a crosser. We'll find it. Nice little shifty play. Now, what's up?
I was gonna say, I wonder if Texas is just implementing just bend but don't break. Give them this short stuff. Give them this short stuff, right? And then when the going gets tough, I guess it's Trey Moore, but still, if the play gets made when the field gets squeezed or the down and distance does.
Ooh, nice little find on stepping up to 10 again on the double crossers. That's Hawkins. He's up to 54 receiving yards on the game. I mean, you think about this. If you would have told Florida, hey, you're going to come out, right? You're going to go 9 for 10 to start the game, okay? You're going to have 2 receivers with over 50 receiving yards. You would think you were winning against this Texas team. If I told you were then down 2 scores, and we were in trouble.
And they haven't scored any points on offense. And Ewers doesn't have a touchdown. Throw that in there.
Ewers doesn't have a stat. It's Tony. He's throwing at Tony Snell here.
Really? He never got in before I could join?
They have not touched the field, the Texas offense. Florida received on the kickoff. Yeah, this is going to be incredible. Oh, Lagway, though. And he's got a blocker downfield. Big juke in. Last thing we need is a Lagway fumble. Lagway, I mentioned earlier, 11 or 14 rushing touchdowns on the year so far. So, known as the big dual threat guy.
He's going to be unstoppable in season 3. He's going to be like 99 break sack. At that point, it's going to be
It's
impossible.
important to remember that Willie is doing this with the true freshman, right? Only I think 2 true freshman quarterbacks are starting. That's I think Dylan Raiola is starting for Nebraska, as there's a quick zig there to Meisel and then Lagway, of course. So so while he's able to compete and this team is 6-2, it's important to remember that the future is bright. Their number 1 receiver is a redshirt freshman. Their quarterback is a true freshman. So the fact that we're competing here is good for Willie. But, yeah, a lot to look at here for the future of the SEC. This game plays a part. This game versus LSU next week, because that's, a little pump fake to get the user removed. Oh, no, we might have a hold or illegal contact with the user, and that's what it is, illegal contact with the user. So
nice. I've been noticing that pop up a little bit more and more here and there. I don't know if that's because we're getting more aggressive as users or if the game's a little more sensitive these days.
I think it's a little bit of both, and I do think that using the the CPU players aren't good, but using with D-line is or with linebackers has always been pretty overpowered.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's some kind of penalty for making mistakes there is good, but also
Yeah.
they could just
Sure.
slightly boost some of that CPU coverage. That would make this game really good. I think they've done a great job with the patching of pursuit angles. Oh, pursuit is so much better than it was when this game dropped.
Yeah, 100%. For us run first people, we've noticed those lanes are getting a little more crowded, and those sidelines getting a little shorter.
All right, Lagway sends a hot rod out to a receiver that's not there, but Johnson gets to the outside. One man to beats.
Oh my gosh, I just can't get in.
Just can't get in. Oh.
Oh my gosh, I would have put a lot of money he scored on that play once I saw him break to the outside.
At this point, do you consider challenging the damn thing? I mean, we're halfway through the second here. Texas hasn't recorded an offensive snap. All right, this is so I see a bubble here, but is he gonna user it? Oh man, I would have a bubble lined up here to the left to 7. That man's blitzing. That'd be the easiest throw of your life, or a quick throw. There it is, touchdown on the board. He finds Zipper, or no, Boardingham. Sorry, read the number wrong.
You called it. He went the more difficult route, but got his touchdown finally.
Oh man, and with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first half, we are going to see the Texas offense.
If you're Texas right now, are you having fun or are you bored? Like, we all want to play offense. Even us that are good at defense, I still want to play some offense. Like, if you've got one drive in the first half, that's all you're going to get.
Oh, it all depends, right? Like, you come out and you kind of put up a shitter of a drive here and you allow Florida to get back into it. Yeah, you're going to get the ball at half, so, you're never mad at a 14-point spot, but I always tell people I don't want to be the first person to get momentum.
Yeah. You want to be the one that secures it at the end.
Right. So here's Baxter on the run. Baxter gets a touch. He's averaging 7 yards a pop and 3 touchdowns. 13 touchdowns. Oh, thank you for the time update, baby girl. 13.
It's funny if you watch the way I play. I don't want to give up the momentum first, and then I just run until I punt and don't give it back.
Here's a little RPO flat out. I think one of the biggest things here for Orange Punch, the Texas user, is that nobody really knows how he plays, right? And also, if I'm him, you get in these kind of situations, you really don't even have to use the plays that you really, really like, kind of manage the game. And, we've come out here and we've seen back-to-back RPOs. That's going to tell, Willie that he needs to get up there on the line of scrimmage. Okay, he needs to play some man coverage and use these things.
Do you know if he's using the Texas book, man? That's the most RPO book in the game if he is.
Here's a little corner route and moving the ball with ease is Quinn Ewers and his debut into this game. Little stat. Yeah, what's up?
I was going to say, to your point, though, you don't got to go to your money early. You're up 7. You're getting the ball for the first time. You maybe go to those mid-tier plays, save whatever you need for the second half. But he's getting whatever he wants right now.
Gotcha. So we're at the 2-minute warning here. One of the things I'm looking for, Willie has always been known as one of the more one of the more defensive savvy and creative users in the league. Maybe not like lockdown, but the kind of go big, go home, and out user players. So Willie's spending a lot of time learning here. He can't really afford to learn too much and give up 7 on this drive. But here, using the nicker corner there. Big tackle on Isaiah Bond. But see, like, Willie does stuff like that, right? Like, users this outside the hash mark corner and kind of takes away the read that, you really, really want once he can kind of pick up.
Yeah. Make you want to come back to the second one. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Since I'm a defensive type of person, I would be so mad at myself that I didn't get an entire first half to kind of learn my opponent's tendencies and pick up on what they were trying to do with their game plan. I mean, that, like you were saying, that's hard to adjust if that's a big part of your game is countering their tendencies, and you never got a chance to see them in the first half.
Right. All right, interesting play here on the road. Stadium Pulse is rocking. This is one of the most intimidating places to play football. Good user here by Willie, and the pressure gets home, and we're going to have maybe not the easiest field goal on the road. A missed field goal here in a great minute and a half from Florida can really even things up. Here it is. I think this is going to be an easy kick.
Yeah, that doesn't look as difficult as I thought it was going to be either. I think he'll nail this thing, and then we'll go down.
And I think we're good. I think that'll go in, and Texas again,
Now here's your favorite part of the game, as you like to say, Finn. What happens in the last 2 minutes? We could be a pick six, and now
Right.
you're down big, or you could score, and now you're only down 3.
Well, I think Texas did a good job there by not putting himself in too bad of a situation because he's got the most to lose, right?
Yeah,
Like if he
Florida-
goes there,
Florida's
let's say he misses that or gets a turnover, Florida scores, and then he's thinking, all right, I have a minute, I'm Texas, I got a lead. And you know what I'm saying? Like he's going to get the ball at half to go put up 3 and now lock in and play good defense.
Yep. Yep. To get at least 3 is a win because you're not really pushing, trying to make a mistake for 7.
Big
Get
hit
your
there.
3. But now Florida's got to push for their 7.
Right.
So
And
we're-
yeah,
we're-
not
That
the
was a big 3. That was a big 3.
So, yep. Again, looking back at the SEC standings, Texas clear on top at 7-1. Here's a nice little crosser. Oh wow, good tackle. 3rd and 1. Clock's going.
Kept him in bounds. Both people probably want the clock running right now.
Right, and then tied. Remember, it is not record; it is conference record that determines who makes it to the SEC in all the conference championships. So Lagway drops back. Pressure is not there, and he's got plenty of time to find the tight end for the first down, get out of bounds. So right now
Nice.
it is Texas with 1 loss, and then 3 2-loss teams, that being the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia has lost to LSU, has beaten Florida. Then you got Florida. Florida has obviously lost to UGA, but has not beaten. They play LSU next week, so that tiebreaker would get determined next. Well, it wouldn't be a tiebreaker because one of them would end up with a loss. So that's an important game to watch next week, assuming Florida doesn't win this week. And then, of course, LSU is the other team. 2 losses. They've beaten UGA,
Baby.
but they have not played Florida yet. So those are 3 very key games. All 3 of these players all 3 of those teams after today will have played Texas. Here's a little motion swing. Oh, Trey Moore destroys his man.
Goodness gracious, got another one. Yeah, the SEC is some must watch every single week. It's a new opponent. The Pac-12 is already pretty much decided who's going to go there. You know, I think if Clemson beats Virginia Tech this week, at least the first seed there is locked up. But the SEC is so fluid and going to be so fun down the stretch.
Right, yeah, that is going to be. I mean, that's a big game for those guys. ACC gets a little bit more broader because I think Florida State and Virginia Tech have to play each other. I'm sitting there with Georgia Tech with, though it is, I believe, 3 conference losses. Oh, and Lagway. So it'll be 11 seconds here.
But if you got 3 and Virginia Tech, let's just say, assume lose to Clemson, then everybody in front of you has 2. Or no, Pest doesn't, right? Pest only has 1, 2.
Pest has a loss to Clemson at the moment. I think that is his only in-conference loss. So, yeah, right now Clemson and FSU seems to be the clear go there. But if Clemson were to drop a game, Florida State has a tiebreaker over me. I have a tiebreaker over Clemson because I won in a sim win because Allen was out of town. So I think that one's a little bit more.
That's what you said.
I said I was scared. I don't want to play that team. I'll play that team right now.
I said he was scared. That's what you said.
All right. I'm surprised he's not in prevent here. Here's a quick find to 11. He's got some green grass, but that will bring us to the end of the half. Texas will get the football out of half.
So let me pose this to you. Trey Moore is absolutely wrecking your life. What do you do here how do you fix that? Do you keep a tight end in the block? Are you a running back person? I mean, it's just double team, pass block adjustment. But then there's 2 other guys. Trey Moore seems like the fire one today that you need to account for in the second half.
Well, first of all, he needs to get a stop here. There is no comeback if you go down 24-7 here, because then you're throwing all game. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
What Florida needs to do is find a way to get a stop here. I mean, even a field goal stops the bleeding a little bit, right?
Sure.
I will say this. Remember, I did say that, big tackle in the backfield by 21, the big 400-pounder Desmond Watson. The big thing here is that, I told you, I never want to be the team that's got the momentum first. I want to be the team that has momentum second, right? Second, there is no rhythm for this Texas offense. They've had 1 drive, and we're in the second half. So, yes, a couple RPOs worked out, whatever, but, he hasn't had a chance
It
to
wasn't
get
like he
his
was making dots down the field.
Exactly. So a mistake here. There were, when we watched this team, big run here by Baxter,
Oh.
and that'll get
See,
anything they
being
lost.
conservative, and Florida couldn't take advantage. Back-to-back runs, even one on 2nd and 11.
Right.
If you want to start your comeback, you can't let them pick up a first down running on 2nd and 11.
Right. I watched Texas play NC State week 1, and they threw like 4 interceptions back to back to back to back each other. This is not a guy who I think is going to be one of the league's elite passers, as he finds a man wide open. Willie, I think, is hurting himself. Again, I am saying this as not the person playing Texas right now, right? It's defense is very, very difficult. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, how do you manage that? I don't know. First of all, you have to stop the run. And also, you have to understand, like, that notification that's, man, wide open. That notification there that tells Quinn Ewers what coverage you are in. Willie is not disguising anything right now. So not only is this a 17-7 lead, not only do they not need to take any risk, but he knows the coverage show because Willie's not disguising. As you see it here, breaks huddle. Doesn't show it on this one, maybe because he didn't hit the right trigger.
Not on that one, but yeah, if you have those quarterbacks, sure.
Here's Isaiah Bond on the jet sweep, and he's gonna break free, and he's down inside the 5. This might be.
Yeah, this might be curtains if he punishes this in.
I mean, I'm never gonna count out Willie, regardless. But
yeah, it's just those when they know what coverage is coming, that what blitzers are coming. Right off the bat, you see 3 or 4 blitzers. A lot of times, it's going to be a little cover 0 man, maybe try to stuff cover 1. Right. There we go. So, back to you.
Yeah, no, you're good. Baxter stopped on the 1. Again, don't let the stats fool you in that he isn't having a game like last week where he dropped 161 and 2 touchdowns. They just haven't had the ball, right? This is just the second Texas drive of the entire football game on offense. They have had long drives on defense where they've come away with turnovers. Here we are. Right, and it looks like going to be a wide open rushing lane, and it'll be 7 on the board as it's 24-7. But Florida's going to get a chance here to get the football back.
Yeah, it's you're not mathematically eliminated. You're not literally eliminated because, like you said, momentum's huge. If they could answer, pull this back to 10. And if you get a turnover down 10 at pretty much any point in the game, you could come back with the way these momentum swings happen. So keep your composure, go do what you need to do with this with your drive, and see what you can do on defense.
Absolutely. So here we go. A big drive for DJ Lagway. There's no field goal here. There's no. I'm not saying he can't punt, but like, if you are Florida and you want a chance in this game, it's 7 or nothing.
It gets out of hand if your
punter takes it. It is clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Johnson takes the ball, gets 1 yard. Antra hasn't had a bad day, man. I mean, well, he started out 5 for 20. He's since gone 4 for 13. So things have kind of certainly calmed down. Trey Moore has completely taken this game over off the right edge. It's been impressive. So
right now you know your pass and you got to block it. Like, there we go. Picked him up.
No, but everybody else broke free. 5 sacks in this game.
Man, what do you do? Like, what are you supposed to do? Because I doubt Florida's O-line is really that shabby. This D-line just eats you alive when it's time to pass.
Yep, this front trio in this 3-3-5 have managed over 32 sacks on the season. 3rd and 16 here, and they're coming. The guest pass is on. The insta wins are on. He's got time here. He's gonna find a man deep. No way! Oh man! Nice. He caught the first touchdown, and he catches this one. Florida has life. The 90-yard strike, supporting him.
Nice. I mean, that's literally what the doctor ordered right there. That pass rush had just broke through, bearing down. He just launched it down the field, and he said, "I'm down, but I'm not out."
Texas has been running a little bit of match, and I wonder if an assignment got mixed up there, because it is rare that a man pops like that behind the defense.
Yeah, that's the thing about match. If you use it, and at any given time, a deep route could pop open. It's a nice little defense, but Yeah, that definitely was a little too open for anybody's liking. If you're
Hey,
on
Florida
defense.
fans, you've outthrown Texas by 100 yards. You have 2 more passing touchdowns. In fact, you haven't given up a single passing touchdown to the Texas Longhorns. How are you guys feeling? You're down 10, and they've got the ball. This is one of the more unique games. Oh, man, this might be a free screen here to the left. He will throw it. Willie is a little too scarified. That's a new word. Scarified is what it's like to play this Texas team. Write that down.
That's offense and defense. I'd be scarified.
Every single time we've seen this Texas team come out, they run the football and they've thrown RPOs. Willie, get up on the line of scrimmage, brother. Here, he is disguising here. You notice how it showed 2.
Okay.
Or at least he tried to disguise. And we're down to 2nd and 3, but like running a 3 high shell is not going to get you back in this game. They will nickel and dime and run the ball all day.
All day, exactly.
Oh, hot route to Bond.
Box.
Hot route to Bond. If you get pressure, I wonder if he's using Bond. Oh, wow. You were just going to get out of the pocket here. Heartbreaking. Great coverage across the board.
Yeah, it feels good when you finally make the right call against an offense like this, and then Ewers just rolls out of the pocket and get you beat. That's where sometimes I've noticed where you can switch stick to that little flat guy, you can get there sometimes sooner. That really helps on those outside runs by the QB.
Nice play there. Allen, if he backs up 20 yards from the line of scrimmage and gives him free RPOs, he's going to get burnt anyways. It's going to be the clock burn. All right, we got a minute left here. It's going to be 10. It's going to be a free 10 to 15 yards, and he's throwing the ball to the same 98 speed guy. At least if you throw the deep ball, you can let this pass rush try to get to the quarterback, or maybe you can bait a bad throw. But if you just give him RPO throws, it doesn't matter. So you have to take that risk in a game when you're down like this. What else is there? Again, he's spending way too much time
just dinking and dunking. Yeah, I mean, if you know there's one, if you got somebody like Isaiah Bond, 98 speed. I mean, pull that defender back, put everybody else in the box. You got to do something because it's just this all day, every day.
If I'm gonna lose my mind watching Willie not use the slot. If he comes out and anything that's got a potential RPO, you've got to use that, bro. Oh man! And again, I am saying this as the person not playing Texas right now, as Baxter is held to just 3 on the run here. I'm not playing. Listen, I am not saying there is a key to success here, but this is. I will say there is a key to getting your shit pushed in, and this is what it looks like.
You just got to make adjustments. Adjustments don't always work, but you got to make them. You just got to.
Oh, he gets a big hit. How does Quinn keep that ball in their hand? You just gotta do anything you can to force a deep ball and hope to God you make the right play. And Willie is one of the best in this league historically in usering, but that's the one thing Texas has not had to do is throw the deep ball at all. So, all right, let's see.
They hadn't had to make a play, but this is a big one.
Yeah, gonna be. Needs to step up and make a play here. Switch stick or something. Oh man.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that is not Willie's fault. That's a product of this game. Like you get out of pocket and they just don't realize where the ball's supposed to, what's a guard. It's unfortunate that Willie ran into that, but nice touchdown throw, and it's 31-14, and we're back in the same boat we were before the deep ball.
Yeah, I think I didn't pay attention to where he was usering, but that B popped open about 5 seconds before there. He's rolling over there. That's what I'm saying. When you get the quarterback rollout, you just gotta switch to that side of the field, even if you don't know how to use the switch stick. Yeah. Just get over there and get somebody on the side of the field as the rollout to make a difference.
Yeah, and we're judging his defense, but obviously when you're the one at the sticks and you go down 14-0 game, it's your composure is not the same as sitting in the booth and watching it and observing it. So, Willie probably hasn't really had a fair chance to defend this Texas team, right? There hasn't been a single down that Texas hasn't.
He was down 14-0, and sometimes the game just, no matter what you call, is not going to work when you're down 14-0.
All right, DJ out of the pocket, finds this man cross-body. That's Johnson. 1st and 10.
Yeah, we go. fourth quarter. It's almost, you think no huddle should be coming here shortly, right? I mean, we got to, your back's up against the clock. You got to keep it moving.
So this Texas team, they've got what I would say is an easier rest of the way. They do have a matchup against the Aggies, CPU. You never know how that's going to go on Heisman, of course. And I think that might be at Kyle Field. So on the road, A&M is tough. But they don't have any more, what I would say, difficult, right, difficult user games. So I think it's very safe to say that if they get out of Florida here with a win, and all signs are pointing to that, then they've got an easy rest of the way. I think they're clear favorites. We talked about the ACC. Let's talk about the Big Ten a little bit. We got big blitz pickup and a deep ball. Just missed. Big Ten.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, obviously grid's number one. For the Big Ten, but with those two spots. Who else is there? Maryland, I would assume. Michigan.
Now Maryland has a gauntlet, though. I think Maryland still has Penn State. I play Maryland. I think they've already played Ohio State. So either way,
they lost by one. They lost by one on the road. It was.
The question is not, is Danny capable of winning the Big Ten championship? It's just, is all the cards going to land right for Danny as he tries to work his way there? But I do think the important thing to remember is that, big play there as we're just outside the red zone. Still time to make this interesting, for sure, for Florida. But next drive, they cannot come out and let that clock go. They've got to get the ball.
Yeah, it seems like we keep saying, they keep answering, and we keep saying, we need to stop here, we need to stop here. This last drive, if they score here, there is no more, we need to stop here. If there's not a stop there, the game's official. But you can still come back from this, I'm sure. So,
plenty
what were
of
you
time.
saying about the Big Ten?
Well, before I get back to that, I mean, shout out Oregon against Michigan in the Big Ten, since we're talking about them, that had a score, onside kick score, and then that game went to 7 overtimes. So there is no such thing as never when it comes to Top Madden. And that was a great game for Oregon as they were playing Hanzo. Like, the Oregon user and the Michigan user joined Top. They were in a league together before they joined Top, and were longtime league mates. So that was
nice.
A really
They're
cool
both in
matchup.
another league. That's pretty cool to go 7-0-2 with your boy.
Right. UCF, I think they might have lost. Well, they didn't have a conference losses. Johnson catches the ball here, big first down. So they lost today to Arizona State. But that isn't a conference loss, so that doesn't affect that. He does have a win over Maryland, but he has lost to Penn State. And then
I didn't know he beat Maryland. Okay, so that's one.
Big finding. 7 on the board here for Johnson. So that was a fairly quick drive.
Yeah, there's got all your timeouts, time on the board. I mean, you like to say it's only 10 points, but
right,
we haven't got to stop yet. We got to get one right here. We need one to get back into this early onside, waste of timeout.
I don't know if I'm going onside kick here. Not. I don't think I'm going onside kick here. I mean, I get it, but I'm not. I'm gonna go kick it deep and trust the defense.
The only thing you're thinking is, okay, if I give up 3, what's it?
He about to return this thing.
13?
He about to return this thing.
No.
Oh, if it could go wrong, it has gone wrong for Florida.
He picked it up and you called it. He picked it up and you're like, he's about to return this thing. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh man, is DJ Lagway a blowout stat merchant? Texas has scored 38 points. 14 of those have been on offense, I believe.
That's 21 on the other way, right? 20. Yeah.
Well, the fumble return for 99 yards.
Yeah. So that even though he got tackled at the 3-yard line, that counts. That's a touchdown on your defense. So yeah, on offense, his offense has been responsible.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
But I mean, I would say quote responsible for 14 of 14 points. That's it. That's awful.
Yeah, I think back to the Big Ten. I think right now Maryland's probably they're in the hot spot. They're there. They got the 2nd seed, but they've got the hardest schedule left. And Michigan is sitting there at 5-3. I think having played the worst of their schedule. Oh man, no way we respond with a deep ball. Oh, what is this game? What is
Let's
this
go.
game?
Every time we try to talk about the Big Ten, they get offended in this game and bring us right back.
We're back to the Big Ten, the 7 overtime scores. We're back to a 10-point football game with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. There's no quit in this young freshman. There is no quit. He has got 4 passing touchdowns on the day, and if it wasn't for an early interception, that's a statement Heisman level performance from Lagway. So, if you say Big Ten, it's like Beetlejuice, right? You say it 3 times, a touchdown gets scored. It's ridiculous. So,
does Penn State still have a chance?
Penn State lost a tough game at home against Ohio State. I think they're out of the fold. They've got losses.
It's UCF, Michigan, and Maryland battling for that 2 seed with Danny in the driver's seat, but a tough one.
I mean, I do think if things like Danny still has to play Penn State in Happy Valley, I think. So if he loses that, and then Michigan is, I think Penn State might have beaten Michigan as well. I'd have to go back and watch that game. If they didn't beat him, it was surely close. Nobody's really open here, and Ewers is going to get hit. How is he holding on to this ball? It'll be 3rd and 4. So
my LB button would have been broke on that one.
That's the picture for the Big Ten. The Pac-12 though, it's looking like we're going to get a rematch of the Arizona State UCLA game, which was not what any expected was going to happen the first time. But P-Town is always a wild card. Colorado has played well.
I might have thought of something like that if you turn to the pregame show that we did at the beginning of the year.
You might have been onto something. All right. Oh, quick find. Oh, that ball's deflected. Oh, man.
Oh, he's there.
Asa Turner. That's the transfer from Washington. He knows what it's like to play in big football games. And here we go. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. And Florida is going to get the football back with a chance to make it 1 score. Oh, man. If he fumbles on that, okay, but Quinn doesn't fumble.
Right, out of everything.
Uh-oh, do we have Ohio State versus Arizona State next week? Oh, that's going to be a banger. Yeah, next week. Is that in Arizona State?
That's the battle for one. Because they're 1-2 in Juice's new power rankings.
Yep, the new power rankings just dropped. New plays of the week just dropped as well. All right, Florida. Pump fake, you are not going to have time to pump fake. He literally pump faked a triple team, got broken as a result.
Yeah, literally, he had all day and then pump faked and it was over.
Florida still having their timeouts is huge here. He's got a crosser open. He'll find the shorter of the 2.
Out of bounds, gonna get that. Why'd he stop?
That's
8.
Really
doesn't matter much.
2 touchdowns on the day for him. I think it's at Rottingham. All right, here comes the turbo. 3rd and 3. Oh, ball hits off of his back. Oh, it'll be 4th and 3. Meisel. I mean, I will say this game punishes you for throwing some routes too early, so I don't know if that was like a weird zig or something weird or whatever the route was supposed to be, but
here we go, 4th and 3.
Yeah, this is for the marbles here, as we've had a pretty hectic football game. Ball snapped. It's cross. Oh, he's fouled in traffic to the running back.
Got him. I was going to say it's not under 2 minutes. That's why the clock is running. If you can get this
ball snapped. A quick find. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, but the 2-minute warning is not hit yet, so he will get.
That might actually be better, but would you rather take 7 or would you rather take an untimed down? Either way is not a bad option here. You get to pick a play.
All right, Lagway has had success throwing to the deep middle, mainly because of the 2-man and the match coverage that Texas has run. But will it hold up? He's got the platinum boost off the edge there. Oh, he throws his football. Will you stop pump faking? You do not have that kind of time, sir.
Yes. And that comeback route looked like it was in double coverage. So
there's the interception count, by the way. Raiola, Green, DJU, and Sellers, all user guys.
39 interceptions. I need to get Nebraska on my schedule next year to help my play style.
Here's a deep ball. Man's open.
Got him.
He scores on the fade.
Oh, come on. Let's go onside. Come on.
5.
I always root for whoever's behind. That's just my thing. So I need an onside. Let's make this happen.
5 touchdown passes by DJ Lagway.
How do you keep getting beat by the same move? I mean, first criticism of Texas, but he keeps crushing him deep.
I don't. Do you do this again? I will say this: if this didn't happen, this would be almost a tie game right here, right? Because of the other one. Oh
Yeah.
God, the same man picked it up. Well, the same thing occurred. He cuts
Oh,
back.
get outside! Get outside! Get him outside! He's going outside. Oh.
All right, the key here, right? It goes on conservative. He's obviously going to try to run this ball. You've got to do everything you can to force a field goal. Yeah, Alan, I agree. You've got him reeling.
And think about this: force a field goal, he misses because it could be tough. You're looking at 50 yards. You get the ball.
Is he going for the? Is he going for the stretch reverse here? Is he going for the DIY stretch reverse? All right, just stretch. Oh, man breaks free. Baxter is hit, but not after he gains about 5.
Yeah, 5 or 6, right? That's tough.
It'll be 4.
Okay, 4. Okay. That's not what you want, but that's okay. Now you're 3rd and 2 if they do it again, and now it's decision time.
You've got to load this box like you have never loaded a box. Too high is not an option. Get them down. He is showing an audible to Sticks. Does he take it?
He's not bringing the safeties down, is he? No.
Dude, get in the box. Here's the handoff. Oh, the cut of the field and a block. And he scores.
Man. He just refused to bring those safeties down. He was like Florida State in real life against your Yellow Jackets. They just worked for fine. Everything is fine all game long while they just got run over underneath or, dragged underneath in this case or RPO'd.
Yeah, Willie's got to. Again, it is easy to backseat play call from here, but I think
neither one of us find ourselves in the game of the week for the SEC, by the way.
But
that's not gonna.
But if there is a clear criticism for Florida's game plan today, Willie, one, using the deep safety, not a move, has not made an impact. A single play with his user, I have not, and I don't remember ever watching a game where Willie has not been making plays as a user linebacker. And Willie to be on a deep safety while this team is just RPOing them to death, that'll be a tipped ball there. That's the first complaint. The second one, what are we doing on like guaranteed rundowns? To have too high, to not have the box load, to not have a bunch of linebackers on the field to help with that, block shedding and stuff, really shooting himself in the foot after the first part of this game, a stellar offensive performance. 5 touchdowns passing. He's ran the ball well. This could have been a way closer game.
It was. I mean, he ended up his good offense got him back in the game, but the lack of defense adjustments wouldn't let him take it over. I think he'll come back, watch this game. Hopefully learn from it. These guys are going to be playing each other for quite a few seasons, I'm sure. Might even find themselves in a couple of championship games as well. So maybe some 2 per year. So got to adjust for the next one.
Now he needs to be careful here. Yep, exactly. That deep middle looks wide open against this 5 wide. Let's see what he does with the user. Willie sends the audibles in, sends the crosser across. Big spin move there. Gets about 4 of them. So what do you do here? It's last Hail Marys kind of scenario. You get down here. If you get inside the 40, 93 kick power for Trey Smack. You just go kick that field goal and then see what you could try to get on the.
I kick anything inside 50. Inside 50, it seems to be kind of the sweet spot where it's a manageable field goal for your user, so to speak. At least me. I can kick 50, but anything under 50, I'm aiming for that.
Right.
Maybe pick up a yard or 2, center the ball here is what I'd be looking to do.
Got you. Well, DJ comes up on a big run there, and he's up to the 33, so we're right where we talked about Florida being. Wasting time here, and the fact that you have.
What do you do? Are you a field goal guy? Go get the onside.
Right in that scenario without 3 timeouts, I'm kicking the field goal.
Yeah.
I'm kicking the field goal, and then I'm gonna try to play the best defense of my life. This is just time wasting at this point. And honestly, if we're in a scenario where we get the field goal and then get a stop, he's gonna be reeling anyways, and that conserves your timeouts, right?
Yeah, 100%. I would have just no huddle, got the ball, middle of the field, maybe spiked the next one, and kick the field goal. But again, easy to say. We're not. Our hands probably aren't sweaty.
Yeah.
And our shoulders are dripping after playing this Texas football game.
The pressure is stifled for this one. DJ is going to step up, make a play inside the 5, to the 4. He's going to use his last time out. So now we're relying. We are relying on the onside kick. It should score come here. Again, I don't think there's a wrong way to approach this. As long as you're moving forward and trying to put points on the board. But a lot of time wasted when really.
Look at the difference in yards. 513 to 184, and they're down 10. That's insane. That's insane.
That is Trey Moore to a T. He finds his man back in the end zone. Caught! And that's Meisen's 12th of the year.
Man, I don't have anybody on my team that can with hands like that. You got that's some CIT and some spectacular catch all in one.
All right, so here it is. The third onside kick of this game. Texas has done a good job at managing it, okay? Like credit's where it is. You know, as much as we say, oh, he's got a good team. He's in the hardest conference. Oh, that ball's strolling. Big hit, and that will do it, folks. Texas is going to take this one 45-42. Next week, I don't know what game we're going to see. I mean, there's Arizona State. The leader of the Pac-12 takes on the leader of the Big Ten. You can't help but think that that's got to be the next game.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be really fun. I mean, not only the leaders of two conferences, by our own rankings, they're number 1 or 2. So let's let them decide it on the field who wants to be number 1 going into this college football playoffs.
Well, number 1 by our standards, but unfortunately we don't control what happens when it comes down to the game selection. But
no, for sure.
Huge fourth quarter there as we got 49 points scored in the quarter. DJ throws 5-17 and 6 touchdowns. If only that first 2 drives didn't happen, I tell you.
You're chasing those points all game. You know, if you look at it, if you're the type of person that might say, you know, if I look at that game outside those first 2 drives when I just lost my mind, you know, or the game.
Oh, he's showing off. He's showing off. He's showing that there's more to come. Don't you think that these guys graduate? This is ultimate trolling from him right here. This is ultimate trolling.
Nobody cares.
This is ultimate. I love it. Give it to me. Give it to me. He said, and you thought they were going to graduate? You thought they were going to graduate, motherfuckers? There's more where that came from. I love it. I love it. I love a good member of the league. Orange Punch, that's a statement win right there. But keep in mind, guys, this team has lost a football game.
Turn off the RC.
Okay? This team has lost to Georgia, so nothing is guaranteed in this league. Tons of good matchups. Hoff, thanks for joining me in the booth today, sir. Good chat. We'll see you next time, fellas. Later.